Today's topic, how to let the universe guide you to your calling. Today I want to share specific techniques with you that will help you to not only find out what your calling truly is, but to then also live your calling and to do both with the guidance of the universe without stressing you out. And before I get started, I just want to let you know that if you want to get instant access to a program that helped me a lot on my own journey, especially when it comes to finding my calling and then living my true calling, then you can click on the first link in the description. And now let's get started with the first very important point, and that's to stop doing what you hate to do. And I know it sounds really simple, right? Just don't do what you don't want to do. But why do you still do it? Or if you don't do it, why do so many people in this world do it? So many people have jobs they hate. They go to an office where they meet people that they can't stand. They do things with their laptop, they type in Excel sheets, and every time they do it, they hate it even more. Do you think that's good for you? Do you think that's good for your vibration? You have to become a vibrational match in order to attract all the amazing things and the dream life that you want to manifest. So if you do 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or in the worst case 12 hours a day, something that you absolutely hate, how can you expect to go home and then suddenly, haha, now I'm gonna raise my vibration. I hate 8 hours of my day, but now I feel good. That's not how it works. The first step towards finding your calling and towards doing what you truly love to do and what fulfills you is to stop doing what you hate to do. And I know it's easier said than done. I still remember when I was trapped in my office jobs, or let's better say it like this, when I trapped myself in these office jobs that I absolutely hated because I thought that's the only way. Oh, I studied and as a good German I have to use my degree, I can't just start my own business. You won't even imagine how many years I've told myself that just because I spent time studying at a university, that now I shouldn't start a business because otherwise I will lose the time that I studied. When I think back to all the excuses that I came up with, it's complete insanity. But I did it because I was afraid, and I did it because I thought this is my only chance how I can make a living. But if you realize that just stop doing what you hate to do is already the first step towards your dream life. Just stop doing what you hate to do and stop resisting the warning signs from the universe. Have you ever experienced the following situation? You go to bed feeling stressed because the next day you have to show up at work. And then you wake up at 3 a.m. in the night, drenched in sweat. And then in the morning you have a headache. And when you go to work, you feel even worse. These are signs from the universe. Don't do what I did for so many years. For so many years, I convinced myself that it's impossible that I ever make more money with my passion, with my true calling, than I would in my job in an office. And that's why I didn't quit for years. And I was always depressed. Every time I went to the office, I felt like, I just want to jump out of the window. And I still remember the first HR conversation that I had right after my studies when I had my very first job in Germany. And that guy asked me this typical question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I still remember in my mind I was, if I'm still in this office, then I'm going to jump out of the window. That's how motivated I was for these jobs. But I still did it because I thought that's my only choice. And nowadays, now that I'm living my true calling, now I make way more money than I ever used to make in any of my jobs before. And that's why it's important that you stop resisting the warning signs, because the universe sends you these signs. If you are constantly irritated, if you see no sense and no meaning in your life, this is a sign to change. And if you want to change, then like I said before, I can recommend that you click on the link in the description and find out more about this program that helped me a lot on my own journey. And maybe it will also help you. And then stop resisting the positive signs that show you the right path. Yes, you should stop resisting the warning signs, but at the same time also stop resisting the positive signs. Because if the universe sends you signs and synchronicities in the form of people who might take you to the next step. Maybe you want to do something in your life. You already have an idea what your true calling might be. And then you meet somebody who could teach you something in this field, or who could provide you with a job in this field that might first pay less than your current job, and you then don't do it because you only see the immediate results, the immediate gratification, the instant gratification, what everyone in our society is nowadays addicted to. And that's why you fail to see the big picture. And the big picture is that even though you might be earning less right now, you are learning a valuable skill that will then help you later on to live your true calling. And then I ask you, or let's say I invite you to accept the idea, to stay open to the idea that the universe knows your calling better than you do. So many of my coaching clients ask me, should I do this, but I like this too? Should I do that, but I like that too? Should I do this? Is that my true calling, or is this my true calling? Calm down. Let the universe guide you. That's why if you decide to book a Skype coaching session with me, and if you want me to help you to find your true calling, yes, I will do specific exercises with you that will help you to find out what you're truly passionate about and that will guide you in the right direction. But what I will focus even more on is to help you to connect with your inner being, to connect to the universe, and to trust the universe, because the universe always guides you. Let's take my path as an example. I was always interested in psychology, even as a child. And I always loved coaching, even when I attended university. And that was years before I started my first business. And I loved coaching skills. I loved consultancy skills. And then I had a job as an online marketing manager, even though it had nothing to do with my studies. And I felt as if I was in the wrong place when I accepted this first job. Nowadays, these skills helped me with designing several online businesses. And when I then accepted a job as a lecturer at a university, I thought to myself, how could that possibly benefit me? Until I realized that this is where I learned to speak English in front of an audience. And when you think about it, it's exactly what I do with this podcast. I, as a non-native speaker, speak English in front of an audience, even though this audience right now is digital. But when I'm, for example, having a Skype coaching session with somebody, then I'm speaking English and I'm presenting and I'm coaching and I'm using all these skills that my previous jobs and my studies and all these synchronicities that the universe provided me with helped me to develop. And I only developed these skills because I allowed myself at some point to be guided by the universe. I had this impulse to apply for a job as a lecturer. I didn't really know why, but now I'm so thankful that I took this job, because this job prepared me for what I'm doing right now. So stay open to the idea that the universe knows your calling better than you do, and that you are always guided. And the skills you practice today allow you to live your calling tomorrow. Sometimes when we feel stuck, we think that what we're doing right now is a pure waste of time. And maybe you're doing a job right now that's completely different from the calling that you will be living in, let's say, a couple of months or a couple of years. But at the same time, I want you to realize that there's a very high chance that one of the skills that you are learning right now, that you are practicing right now, is a skill that you will also need in the future when you are living your calling. So don't resent the time you wasted, or let's say don't resent the time that you are spending right now doing these things. Don't even think about it as wasted time. Instead, look forward to the future. And then believe that the parachute will open, because then it will open. Always remember, believe it and you will receive it. Finding your calling is just like any other manifestation. If you believe that you will receive it, then you will receive it. And this is something that I learned from my favorite TV personality of all time, and that's Steve Harvey. I absolutely love him, especially because of this one metaphor that he always uses, that at some point you have to jump. And the parachute might not open straight away, but eventually it will open. So believe and you will receive. Believe that you will find your calling and you will find it. And if you want to find it even faster, then you can of course either click on the first link in the description and find out more about this program that helped me a lot on my own journey with finding my calling and living my calling. And if you want me to help you, if you want to share your story with me, if you want me to give you advice that's specifically tailored to your situation, then you can click on the second link in the description or go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/Skype and inquire for your first Skype coaching session with me. I would love to get to know you and to help you. And I would also love it if you understand that your alignment is more powerful than degrees and qualifications. Remember what I said a couple of minutes ago. I used to doubt myself and my ability to start a business because I thought I can't start a business, I have to stay in this job because that's what I studied. And this is simply not true. If you, for example, say to yourself, I can't do this because I have no experience in this field, or I have no degree in this field, then get your experience, get your qualifications. You can do so many different things. I mean, I also wasn't born with my coaching certificates. I educated myself. I learned coaching skills, and that's why I'm now so confident in coaching you. And you can do the same. And I only did that because at some point I understood that my alignment is more powerful than any degrees and any qualifications. Just because I didn't study coaching or psychology in university doesn't mean that I can't be a good coach. I can still learn these things, but I can only allow myself to learn these things if I'm truly in alignment, because only then will I take the necessary steps to change my situation. Otherwise, I would be still trapped in my office jobs in Germany without an online business, without a coaching practice, and without my coaching certificates. And this feeling of alignment, this confidence in the universe, allowed me to start several international businesses. And I planned these businesses at a time when my English skills were really, really bad. And I still remember how the first articles that I ever wrote and that I ever published on the internet, how I typed them in German, used Google Translate, and then I translated them word for word. Just imagine if back then I would have said to myself, oh Sebastian, you can't speak English right now. You will never fulfill your business dreams. And nowadays, I fulfilled my business dreams and I'm living my calling. And I know that you can achieve the same and that you can also fulfill your dreams. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.